As the Minnesota Vikings are looking to replace nose tackle Micah Pierce, who opted out due to COVID-19 concerns, they should consider recent Raiders cut former second-round pick PJ Hall, who was not the first person to get a release in Las Vegas. Also of note, so PJ Hall, more than just any street free agent, hey, the Vikings should sign this guy. This one actually makes sense because of the untapped potential of PJ Hall, as well as he's played in the last 2 seasons in Paul Guenther's defensive scheme with the Raiders. Guenther was, of course, Mike Zimmer's protege, as well as successor at defense coordinator in Cincinnati back in the day. Now, schemes obviously aren't a one-for-one match, but just in terms of techniques, responsibilities, what would be asked of Hall, as well as some verbiage, will overlap and will give Hall an edge over just some slappy off the street. So, sort of makes sense there. A little bit of background on PJ Hall. 25 years old, 6'1", 308, was the number 57 overall pick by the Raiders in 2018, coming out of Sam Houston State. Go Cowboys! Yeah, absolutely dominated the FCS level. 2-time unanimous FCS All-American. Career 4 seasons, 284 tackles, 86.5 tackles for loss, 42 sacks, 9 forced fumbles, and 14 blocked kicks, which at his height, what is going on? Now, he wasn't a combine invite, which is a little bit odd, despite being a small school guy. He is the highest drafted non-combine invite of the last decade. Had a great pro day, ran a 4.7140, as well as had a 30-inch vertical, as well as gotten praise of shades of Aaron Donald. Now, of course, that's a little bit outlandish, but also, when someone compares a defensive tackle to Aaron Donald, you're like, what's going on? Right. And now the Raiders have basically used him as a part-time player, part-time starter. He recorded 512 and 551 snaps in his 2 years in silver and black, respectively. And then they just sort of forced him out. I mean, Jonathan Hankins has been starting at the nose. Fellow 2018 draft pick, 5th rounder Mo Hurst was really stepping up at that 3-tech spot, as well as they signed Malik Collins from Dallas as well. Last year, PJ Hall recorded 19 tackles, 23 pressures, and 1.5 sacks before the Raiders decided to part ways with him after 2 seasons. Now, even though he's not a true nose tackle, like he certainly isn't the 340 pounds if he's announced Michael Pierce, but also, frankly, neither is Shamar Stephen or Armon Watts or Jaleel Johnson. I mean, there is no one with a similar body type of Michael Pierce. But PJ Hall did play 77 of his 551 snaps last year at the nose, 14%. Also posted run defense grades of 69.4, nice, in 2018, as well as 67.4 in 2019. Now, for frame of reference, that was higher than Linval's last year at 66.3, as he was starting to taper off and not be the Linval that we all knew and loved from earlier on. Also, like we talked about, there's just something about players who play well against your team. Boy, when the director of pro scouting is like, where do you start with the tape? Oh, look at players that played well against the Vikings. Hence, you've seen the Vikings sign some former Packers, some former Bears. Well, that sort of ended. But you remember the run of former Bears wide receivers like Bobby Wade and Marcus Robinson and Bernard Berrien and Devin Aromashodu just coming over? That was fun. But guys who plays well against your team always make an impression. Last year, week 3, Vikings welcomed the Raiders to U.S. Bank Stadium. PJ Hall had 38 snaps against the Vikes, so put up 2 pressures and a tackle, as well as recorded his second highest PFF rushing grade of the season. Now, he was decent, and I think that potentially could make an impression on Spielman, as well as the entire pro scouting department of the Vikings. So I do think that Hall could be a solid addition to the already kind of crowded Vikings defensive tackle room. Now, he certainly wouldn't be a one-to-one replacement for Michael Pierce, but I think his potential, his ability to penetrate, as well as familiarity with the scheme, I think he could contribute right away, as well as filling in at nose on some passing down work akin to what Sharif Floyd did when Linval Joseph was up on blocks in 2015. You have more of a 3-tech player playing some nose in some of those third down passing situations, which I think he could do phenomenal at. But it's a name to keep in mind. Keep in the back of your head. Minnesota Vikings sign PJ Hall. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us up on the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.